r/2XChromosomes. Content Squirrel 4398 says, a guy left me because he thought I was too traditional and conservative. So I have been going on dates with this guy for about a month and a half now, and I really liked him. I thought he was sweet, respectful, funny, well put together. He was a bit older, but that's okay. He didn't make any crass jokes, crude comments, didn't show any signs of red pillery. I will mention that I'm quite traditional and that I'm not sexually active. I prefer waiting until this is an exclusive relationship to have sex. I want to get married. I talk to my parents a lot. I'm family oriented, and I dress very feminine and modestly. And I'm also a feminist, because all of these are my choice. Anyway, the man then told me that I was too traditional for him. I asked why. He then revealed to me that he practices ENM, so ethical non-monogamy, and has been dating a girl for a year. He says that I wasn't feminist, open-minded and sex positive enough for him because has very intimate and loves kinky sex and polyamory and non-exclusivity, and he got the impression I wasn't into that. Now that is fine, it's his choice. However, why did he even go on dates with me knowing this isn't what I like? You took 5 dates to tell me you're not monogamous? I feel led on. I'm devastated. Not only because I really like him, I tend to attract red pill creeps, and I hate that, so this guy is a breath of fresh air, but the fact that I was called not feminist because I want a long-term monogamous relationship? I'm going to not date for a while. I think this actually broke. Blue Beach Wav says, ignore him completely. I've had numerous men insult me after a rejection, or figuring out I won't give them sex. The insults are usually nonsensical and are only meant to hurt. They aren't true. Also, the foundation of ENM is being ethical about it. He should have told you he was ENM before your first date. All the blame is on him for this one. Content Squirrel 4398 says, alright, thank you for confirming that he should have told me. I think this is what bothers me the most. He could have saved us both time if he had been upfront. Blue Beach Wav says, also, not being ENM does not mean you are conservative. I consider myself extremely open-minded, adventurous, and very kink-friendly, but I'm not ENM. You can be a freak and still desire a monogamous partner. Glittering Instrument says, he is absolutely not ethically non-monogamous. If he was, he would have told you before the first date. He's just a selfish cheat. His opinion of you is worthless, and it seems he's just trying to neg you to manipulate you into doing what he wants. Total creep. D. Elizabeth says, right. I'm not too familiar with the practice, but it sounds like he skipped over the EE and is just NM. His comments about feminism. Somewhere ages ago I heard someone call guys like this male forksminists, and that was so accurate it really stuck in my brain. Jalima5 says, male forksminists are sadly really attracted to ethical non-monogamy. They tend to think of themselves as so progressive for changing their view on how relationships have to be without actually doing the deeper work of accepting that their partners also have that freedom and autonomy. One of the most popular books on non-monogamy was written by someone with this problem, who supposedly gaslit and emotionally abused multiple women he was in relationships with. These women spoke out together. It's definitely a concern in the community that I think needs to be addressed even more than it already is. Master Dimension 452 says, you feel led on because you were led on. The guy only wanted to have sex with you, that's why he continued to date you. You didn't put out on his time frame, so he told you the truth about himself. Keep in mind his inadequacies aren't your problem. You can be a feminist and only entertain monogamy. He was negging you in order to undermine your self-esteem, to accept his version of sex positivity. He's a jerk and a manipulator. You are better off without men like that. Content Squirrel 4398 says, I'm so tired of manipulation. Why can't people just be honest? The philosophy says, heterosexual dating was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. It felt like as a woman you have to know how to play so many games / follow so many unspoken social rules, and really it's that dating as a straight woman is courting your biggest predator. It's a sick chess game sometimes. You have to anticipate very bizarre curveballs and walk away with your dignity intact. Sometimes you can't even be prepared and feel so devastated. We are trying to find pure honest love in a group of people socialized to hate us and objectify us since childhood. Be easy on yourself. r/2XChromosomes. Sadisolacitus says, I keep getting text messages from a guy who ruined my uni career. Too long. Didn't read. I'm getting harassed by the same guy who ruined my academic career for 4 years, each time from different phone numbers. How do I get my phone number deleted from his end without him knowing? For context, I was in an engineering plus design class at UOFT in 2019 to 2020 school year. He was my teammate and bullied me and harassed me relentlessly to the point that I had horrible heart palpitations and developed anxiety towards school that eventually ruined me academically. Obviously the story is much longer, but this is a too long, didn't read version of it. He tried apologizing later that year and tried to be friends. I told him that I don't accept his, mind you, half-ass apology and I don't want to be friends. A year later he texts me from a different number and asks me on a date. I decline and tell him to leave me alone. I also block that number. Then another year later I get a message from a different number. Again trying to apologize and become friends. I call him this time telling him that I forgive him whatever, but to also never talk to me again. Fast forward to today, he texts me from another number. I haven't responded, and I don't think I will. How do I make sure that my number is deleted from his phone? He obviously has me as a contact and obviously his contacts transfer over when he gets a new number. I just want him out of my life. Please help. It's been 4 years of this. Here's the half-ass apology. Yeah, of course you deserve a much better apology, and you shouldn't be grateful if I apologize in any way, shape or form. You are a very pretty and a beautiful person from the outside and inside. I really love who you are and your personality. I would love to apologize for the bad situation we have had together and the way I spoke with you in the group. But whenever I have a really bad memory, I have trained myself to block it and never be able to remember it again. I would love to give you specifics and situations, but I genuinely do not remember them because that's how hard I have worked on trying to forget them. For my mental health it really affected me, and I kept trying to block the bad memories and I only kept the beautiful ones of you because that's who you are, a beautiful and a lovely person. Also, I have COVID, so I'm not sure how well my memory could ever really. Bicycle the Earth says, have you considered getting a new phone number? That might be your only option if a no contact / anti-harassment order isn't possible. Perpercatus says, I would recommend playing dumb next time he texts you. Tell him that you are someone else and that this is a new phone. I would even recommend texting him in a different style than whatever your usual texting is like. It's not like he'll ever know. If he still insists, get one of your male friends that he doesn't know to give him a call to further sell the lie. Rainy Year 2 says, great suggestion. Just got this number. Who is this? Wrong person, sorry, block. Utrip me bizach, Switch says, he's an engineer? I'd search him, find his employer and let them know about his diminishing cognitive function. Engineers need to be alert and sharp. Certainly he would be a liability to anything his company produces. Requiem says, I'm being cyberbullied, but at best you can involve the university police. Not sure if a uni has one, and Title IX him, but there's no real way to fix it. I was harassed on multiple platforms, even my work platform, so yes, I feel you. It's scary and I even deleted Insta and FB due to it. Sad how one asshole can ruin a person's whole academic years. I hope your university police does something about it. Do you still have the past screenshots? Have you sent it to any friends and can possibly dig up? Even if not, you can share the numbers you blocked, and I hope you won't go down my path. Still get harassed on holidays. Joyful says he can't even make an appropriate apology. How convenient that he's unable to even tell you what he did wrong. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Block and ignore. You've told him never talk to you again, and he forgot that too. There's not much point in a conversation. Unfortunately, you can't remove your number from his phone. You could change your own number, which is a hassle. Or continue blocking him when he gets his yearly phone upgrade. Mirror Source says, but whenever I have a really bad memory, I have trained myself to block it and never be able to remember it again. I would love to give you specifics and situations, but I genuinely do not remember them because that's how hard I have worked on trying to forget them, so his lack of self-awareness is something he's deliberately cultivated using a strategy that he's proud of. This is an actual strategy to avoid ever feeling guilt for past actions. It is not a good element of a real apology. I can see how being stuck with this guy for a long time would wreck your mental health. Bloody Afkali says, tell him you are married. Or report him to the police for harassment. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.